Have you ever wondered what the world would look like in 2100s? Will it be different than it does now? Will it be sustainable, affordable, safe, and will it be a dream city for all of us? While rapid urbanization has become one of the greatest challenges in some countries, it continues to appear in more in Southeast Asian countries, and not to mention, which means food, water, energy, and other resources are in high demand for human survival. This issue will bring the cities to have a domino effect on poverty rates, housing crisis, unemployment issues, and many more. In this case, we will look at the city of Jakarta, focusing on urban densification because this is a serious problem to the government and the nation itself with the small amount of land left. But how do we combat this battle? And besides, the leaders of Indonesia find this issue too complex and decide to move their capital city in 2024 because Jakarta will be sinking in a few decades. Looking back through the history, it is known the root cause of this was through the Dutch colonization of Jakarta, which is formerly called Batavia. This implementation was modeled from Amsterdam to manage floods. However, due to uncontrolled developments of buildings and riverbanks, has caused natural waterways which made the drainage system ineffective. This issue correlates to the complex issue of involving urbanization and climate change. Regardless, humanity will be preserved because new technologies and innovation will help us manage our resources efficiently and sustainably. The population in Jakarta have progressively increasing and never a moment where it was deteriorating. But will 2100 be the cities of the future? Once we knew that technology has allowed us to live with more innovation, we knew this was an opportunity to build a better, more equitable world for all. As the day begins in Jakarta, the one bustling city is almost unrecognizable. The streets are jammed with traffic, the air is thick with smog, and the city's infrastructure is struggling to keep up with the demands of its rapidly growing population. Years of unchecked urbanization and rapid population growth have taken their toll on the city. Jakarta has become the dystopian vision, a place where the rich live in skyscrapers while the poor struggle to survive in overcrowded slums. As the city becomes more densely populated, there may be increased competition for resources such as water and electricity, which could lead to shortage. Imagine this, a dystopian society where the ground everywhere is black with asphalt because all the forests have been cut down and houses cover the area. Inevitably, all animals have become extinct because their homes have been destroyed and the demanding population has consumed all natural resources. The only thing in abundance is mankind. The crowded streets, swarming with people every second of the day, and the overpopulated world itself seem like a frivolous problems now. However, it is the unrivaled cause of everything. North Jakarta has sunk 5 meters in years and is continuing to sink by as much as 25 centimeters a year in some parts, which is more than double the global average for coastal megacities. By 2100, about 95% of North Jakarta will be submerged. 40% of Jakarta is already below sea level, but the main reason why the city is sinking is not climate change. Instead, it's a thirst for clean water. Less than half of the city's population has access to piped water, leading to a proliferation of wells and pumps, often installed illegally. The problem is that this water isn't retained, since areas that used to be marshlands with mangroves have over the years been filled in and paved over to make room for shopping malls and high-rise offices and apartment buildings. An estimated of 97% of Jakarta wetlands have been transformed into a concrete jungle. Heading north from the city center to the coastline, Jakarta seems to be collapsing in slow motion. The Indonesian capital sprawls in a black glass business district, giving way to a low-rise hinterland where the bones of the city jut out. Long spines of pale concrete pillars bearing kilometers of knotted overpasses and raised highways. In their shadows are industrial estates in various states of abandonment. Stalled construction, sites already succumbing to the creep of tropical foliage. Sluggish waterways clotted with litter, and thousands upon thousands of houses, from clusters of bare iron shacks to landed three-story homes, none the same as its neighbor. It is the first day of spring in Jakarta, a shimmering city of unbelievable happiness and delight. As the sun rises over the city's skyline, the streets of Jakarta are already buzzing with life. The towering skyscrapers are glistening in the morning light, and the once overcrowded streets are now spacious and tranquil. The city of 2070 is a model of urban sustainability, a utopia where the issue of urban densification has been resolved. In the past, Jakarta has struggled to accommodate growing populations, with high-rise buildings dominating the urban landscape and traffic congesting streets. But the city planners of 2100 have found a solution to this problem. The once overcrowded residential areas have been transformed into vibrant communities with ample open spaces for people to relax and socialize. Gone were the days of the towering skyscrapers and cramped apartments. With advanced materials and technology development, parts of Jakarta now float on water without taking up more land. This has transformed city into a heaven of its citizens. It is fully self-sustaining with renewable energy sources and closed-loop systems for waste and water management. The citizens now live in congruence with the marine rather than reclaiming their land. The streets are lined with lush greenery and the air is fresh and clean, thanks to the extensive use of renewable energy sources and the adoption of eco-friendly technologies. Public transport systems are streamlined and efficient, and people can easily travel from one end of the city to another without facing any traffic jams. Jakarta was struggling to thrive with a great network of tramways. As a group of conspiring auto manufacturing companies took over, as the world's oil has depleted, cars have become useless, and trams have made a comeback in Jakarta. The unused freeways are redeveloped into vegetated greenways. These lush greenways are suited for pedestrians and cyclists, but they also act as ecological corridors, connecting populations of plants and animals around the city that would otherwise be isolated. In the city full of bliss and compassion around, locals seek to procure housing above the floodline. By building low-cost tree cabins forests, Jakarta had one of the highest deforestation rates in the world. But now, the forest has become a home for some of its citizens. Jakarta's new residents protect the forest ecosystem instead of destroying it by logging, mining, and oil companies. The once rush hour traffic was now a thing of the past, thanks to the layer of transportation being raised to be at a higher level, making the land free for pedestrians and public urban spaces. To promote green spaces and community interaction, multi-level parks have been built, with gardens and public spaces on different levels of high-rise buildings. These vertical cities are equipped with green spaces, renewable energy sources, and shared public spaces. With advanced transportation systems, such as hyperloops or teleportation technology, people can now easily travel long distances without the need for living close to their workplace. This has reduced the pressure for densification in certain areas. As the city of 2100 continues to flourish, its residents look back at the past and marvel at how far they have come. Jakarta in 2100 is not just visually stunning, but it is also socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable.